I didn't have time to go to Starbucks before I made this video to make like a cool slow-mo like intro to it, but I have a Starbucks cup, so I'm gonna like put some drink in it and try to make it look cool. Hello, welcome to the channel that has no direction whatsoever, and I just kind of make up stuff as I go. A few days ago I posted a video about my clothing brand. That's just like, I made that and I thought it was cool, so I posted it. If you enjoyed that, thanks for enjoying it. But today, we're talking about Starbucks. I used to work there. That's just the bottom line of it. If you go into this video with an understanding of a title, then you already know though. You know, I worked at Starbucks. It says it in the title. I don't really want to like bash Starbucks with this video because I worked there for like 3 years or something, and I thought it was fun. I actually worked at 2 different Starbucks. I worked at one that wasn't actually Starbucks. It was the Barnes & Noble cafe in my school's Barnes & Noble. And the other one was a real Starbucks that was in a hotel, but it was actually like a real Starbucks. The Barnes & Noble one was, I mean, it was something. And the one in the hotel was actually pretty decent, and I liked working there a lot for the most part. I'm just gonna share with you some of the stuff that happened while I was there and my overall feelings about working at each one and working at Starbucks as a whole. I kinda want Starbucks now. I just remembered I had this, so I got it out. This is, I literally like, I kept my apron from Starbucks, and I probably have the one from Barnes & Noble too. But for the rest of this video, I'm just gonna wear this to pretend, or to give, you know, give you the full experience. Yes, perfect. I have like 3 of these too. If someone walks in here, they're gonna think this is some weird fetish junk. It's not, unless you're into a dude wearing an apron and talking to you about things he didn't like about working at Starbucks. Then this is the video for you. But let's talk about Barnes & Noble. That place was interesting. The whole thing was like, it wasn't a Starbucks, so they could do like whatever they wanted, but people were all under the assumption that it was a Starbucks, so they always went there. People were like, oh yeah, let's go to Starbucks. Half the menu wasn't there because they like didn't legally have the right to like sell Starbucks stuff, so they just have cups that say like Barnes & Noble Cafe. Everything says Barnes & Noble Cafe with like a little Starbucks like this thing on it, so it's like, it looks like Starbucks. Working there was like my start to being like a barista, and like I still remember like all the stuff. Let me just say that right now. I remember like everything still from being a barista. They like ingrain it in your brain from how many drinks you make. I probably made like, as a whole over the 3 years, at least like 100,000 drinks. It was a lot. People always ask like, how do you make all those drinks? Like, how do you remember all those drinks? And Barnes & Noble was where I learned them all. So basically, they just throw you out onto the floor. They don't even like, you know, I mean, they had like the day before I started, they like had me come in and like watch people do stuff. But literally the next day, I just like walked in the place like, okay, go make drinks. And I was like, and then I started making stuff. I knew like the general like formula or whatever. Like there's like a process with each drink. It's like, oh, is it iced? Oh, is it hot? Is there syrup in it? Is there like extra foam or something like that? There's stages to each thing, and like the stages are written on the counter, so you usually like could just like look at that. Most of the time I just like said to someone, hey, how do I make this? And they would show me, and it would be really annoying, and I would always like be slow. People didn't like, because I was like at college in the morning and everyone wanted coffee. Back to the thing about having like half the menu of Starbucks, people would always come in and like ask for drinks, and we didn't have them because we don't have half the menu, and they thought it was a Starbucks because we got, you know, all the stuff, all the imagery and stuff to make you think it's a Starbucks, and then like they didn't get it. I'd have to say like, hey, we don't have that. Sorry, we don't have Java chip frappuccinos. We don't have like vanilla bean frappuccinos or whatever we didn't have. I don't even remember. But also what was weird is that we only sold like grande frappuccinos. We didn't sell tall. We didn't sell venti. And once again, it's just Barnes & Noble being like, you know what, we don't feel like selling the large drinks or the small drinks. We're just gonna sell the medium because that's all we feel like making. Every time we make a drink, like a frappuccino or something, there'd always be like leftover frappuccino stuff. And I always felt bad because I just dumped it out like half the time. That's how it is working at Starbucks. Like, you throw away so much stuff, and it's just, depressing. One thing I hated about working for Barnes & Noble, and this is why like I stopped working there, because I was like, okay, what? Are you serious? They didn't give you free drinks. Okay, now I know it's like, okay, they're already paying you. You shouldn't get free drinks just because you work there, you know, shouldn't get free food. There's certain restaurants where you work where you don't get free food. Why should you get it here? But like, so many people would ask me like, hey, what's that drink taste like? What's your favorite drink? And I was, at this point in my life, I had never even like been to Starbucks before. I went like once. From all of my childhood life up until college, I had never gotten Starbucks. So when people asked, hey, what should I get? You know, because people do that sometimes. They'll walk up and be like, hey, what should I get? Water, because I don't drink anything here because they won't let me. When you were on the floor, you couldn't drink anything. When there was a mess up drink that someone didn't even drink yet, you had to pour it out. You couldn't drink it. There were like cameras that would like watch you and make sure you didn't do it. And if like you did do it, like one time I did it just like to see what would happen because I didn't even care, and it was like a mess up drink. Some lady came out and like told me, hey, you can't drink that out here. And I was like, what the heck? Like, why not? It's gonna be thrown away. The sink is gonna drink it. You might as well let me drink it. I'm a sink. The other thing that bugs me is that I knew other Starbucks workers get free drinks. Like regular Starbucks people get free drinks, get like a billion benefits and stuff like that. And I didn't get anything because I worked at a Barnes & Noble one. That annoyed me. Yes, it did. Like I said, I didn't get free drinks, and we had a crap ton of food. Like Barnes & Noble Cafe has like twice as much food as Starbucks. They have a whole like fridge section and everything, at least at my school they did. And there would be food that always would go bad. Like every day food would go bad because the stuff in there only has a shelf life of like a week or like 2 weeks or something. And when stuff would go bad, but the thing is, stuff would go bad, but it wouldn't really go bad. It would just be like the same as it was in the morning, and it was still edible. But it was like closing time, and they're like, well, gotta throw all these expired things away. And I was hungry because I didn't get to drink anything. I didn't get to eat anything because I was like working. So they have expired stuff and they just throw it away. They don't even I mean, like, I get it, like, oh, we don't want to get sued or something if someone eats it. But come on, dude, I'm not gonna get sick from eating something that was literally edible 10 seconds ago and now it's not because it's the end of the day. Just let me take a bite of that pretzel. That's all I'm saying, you know? They did the same thing with soup too. Like they had soup, like normal Starbucks don't even have everything. Barnes & Noble Cafe, you know, they have everything except the Starbucks menu. They had soup, and every day they would literally throw out like an entire thing of soup. Barnes & Noble, you need to step up your Starbucks game because you don't treat your employees right. You should pay them more. You should give them more benefits, and you should let them drink whatever the heck they want because they're dealing with customers all day and they're like seeing all this stuff right in front of their face, like, oh man, that frappuccino, oh man, that hot coffee, man, I'm tired, I want some coffee. It's like, you know, 8 a.m. I want some stuff, can't get any of it. Pissed. Dislike, unfollow, unsubscribe if you are following or subscribed to Barnes & Noble. I'm out. But then I got a job at regular Starbucks, and that's how I got this apron. Because regular Starbucks has these legit aprons. The Barnes & Noble one had this fake, weird apron, and you had to like buy a black shirt to wear there, and you had to wear this brown hat, which is weird. Starbucks people wear black hats. Basically what happened was I got in contact with my mom's friend, and she got me a job at this other Starbucks that was right down the street, because Starbucks are all like 5 minutes away from each other anyways. This is a real Starbucks inside a hotel, and it was really fancy. It was a really fancy hotel, and it was right down the street, so all I had to do was like ride my bike there instead of walking. It wasn't that bad. And they were gonna pay me more than the Starbucks I was currently working at. I was gonna get to learn all the drinks. I was going to get to like be in a legit Starbucks. So I was like, hell yes, I'm gonna do that. And at the Barnes & Noble, I was getting like beyond pissed because there was this one person that started working there that I just didn't like at all. Not gonna say who it was, but don't worry, if you were friends with me when I worked there, it wasn't you. It was someone that I gave a cold shoulder to all the time. Once I found out about the job at the new Starbucks in the hotel, I was like, oh, I should work here. But I also feel kind of bad, you know, leaving Barnes & Noble because I've been working there for a while, and you know, I feel like they probably need help because they, like, 2 people had already quit like the week I found out about the new job, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't quit yet. But oh my gosh, they pushed me over the edge, and I was like, goodbye, Barnes and Noble. Like, I was working one day and it was my last day. I was like, I am resigning after this. I'm just leaving. Goodbye. I was working, and I don't know why this person I was working with decided to do this, but I was making a drink and it was taking me a while because I don't know, like the blender was being slow or something. It wasn't like I was doing it on purpose, obviously. It was just slow. Like, it was just a hard drink to make anyways. Like, it was like a triple chocolate, some weird bullshit frappuccino. I was going through it, and some person behind me just says, why are you taking like 5 minutes? I've already made like 3 drinks and you're still in the same one. That was just, for some reason, my breaking point. After all this stuff, I wasn't getting free drinks. I wasn't getting paid very much. I was getting like none of the food that I wanted. I was hungry all the time, and I was just like done. This person said, why are you taking so long to make this drink? And I've been working there forever. I was like, I don't know, because it takes a while to make. Sorry. And that was it. I was done. At that point, I just like, you know what? Peace. I just wrote down like resignation on my hours thing. It was the last day of the week for me. I just put it in like my boss's mailbox, and I did not talk to them after that at all. I've been back there like twice. Some people that worked there when I worked there are still there, and I say hi to them, and they're nice people. So the people that I see there every now and then are nice, but I was done with most of the people I was working with at the time. Let's just say that. So in new Starbucks world, that is the hotel Starbucks. I'm not gonna like talk trash about any of the workers there, because even if like at some times it was hard for me or like other people to like get along, we survived some serious hell, okay? I do not mean to brag, but our Starbucks had, without a doubt, the longest lines any Starbucks could ever have in the entire world, except maybe the one in Seattle that's like, you know, the home-based Starbucks. That one might be an exception. Or maybe any other Starbucks in a hotel. I feel like all hotel Starbucks probably have a very similar experience when it comes to the amount of people that they see on a weekly basis. I'm going to upload more footage of like the rest of that, like part 2 to that, later this week if you guys like it. But right now I'm just going to do the giveaway from the 100 subscriber challenge. I'm just like, I want to finish it all and have it uploaded. So I'm just like cutting it short and doing like a part 1 for right now. Okay, so I'm just going to pick someone from the comments on my 100 subscribers video, and I'm going to do another one of these, another giveaway for the 500 subscribers. Next time we have 500 subscribers. So the winner for this one is ARab1. So good job. And as long as you shared the video, then I'm going to send you a shirt. And I'm going to do it again for the 500 subscribers again. So make sure we get to 500 as soon as possible so someone else can win a shirt. Yay. Also, I'm going to have the website up for my shirt stuff soon. So yeah. Bye. Girl, drop that ass deep down low. Yeah, it's just like chocolate milk, but whatever.